My name's Candy Peavey, and I'm a physical therapist. I live in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I'm really active in the Shreveport community. I'm president of one nonprofit called Robinson's Rescue Spay Neuter, and what we do is all we do is spay and neuter dogs and cats for low-income neighbors. And then I'm on the board of directors for another nonprofit called Chimp Haven, and we are a sanctuary for retired biomedical research chimps. We currently have 130 chimps, and we're expecting another 110 more by the next 12 months. The way I ended up at Front Sight was I have a husband who's a gun enthusiast, has been for many, many years. And after we got married, he wanted to know if I was interested in shooting. And in the beginning, I didn't really care much, but he persisted. And we went out to the gun range, and it turned out that I'm a pretty good shot. And in fact, I was a better shot than he was. So I got really excited because it was rewarding just immediately, and we kept going back to the range in Shreveport, and he knew about Front Sight. He'd heard a lot of good things about Front Sight, and he mentioned to me about a year ago, maybe we should go out to Front Sight, and so we came out. This is our second trip. This is the second time I've participated in the 4-day handgun course, and it was great. We had a blast. We had so much fun, and I've gotten to be an even better shot, and more importantly, I've gotten to be really safe with the gun. That's what I feel like I gained the most from at Front Sight. So while I was at Front Sight, the thing I was first noticed was how organized it was, and I was so impressed by the way that everything is taught. It's broken down into the very, very basics. And I'm a dancer. I used to teach dance. I don't teach anymore, but it's very much taught like you would teach a beginner dancer. And in fact, the first time after I was here, I wrote out an extended critique of how I thought you could teach some of the routine for after I've forgotten now what it's called, but after you shoot. The routine, how it could be taught so that everybody was doing it exactly the way it needs to be done. So it's a lot like dance in some ways. I am a lot more confident now in using the gun and checking the gun to make sure it's loaded or not loaded. And just now when I go someplace for dinner or for lunch or by myself or with friends, I'm very much aware of where I am, where the entrances and exits are. Could I hide behind something? I pay attention a lot more now than I used to, and I feel safer because of that. I tell my friends that, number one, there are a lot of people that I know that have never touched a gun, that are afraid of guns, and I tell them that the only way to not be afraid of guns is to try it, to go shoot, to learn from somebody that knows what they're doing. And you'll feel so much more confident once you learn how to handle a gun. You're not afraid of it anymore. And so I just encourage my friends to try to learn how to shoot. I think this world has become much more dangerous, and especially in the last few years even. The economy's bad for a lot of people right now, and it just, especially for women, it cannot hurt to feel like you can protect yourself. When I see Dr. Piazza, I will tell him, this is the most fantastic school. I had no idea what to expect when I first arrived here. It is just a blast to walk around with hundreds of other people who are armed, and you feel so safe. You know that everybody's paying attention to their gun safety, and it just feels normal to be walking around with a gun on your waist. And I would just tell him I would highly recommend his school to anybody I know. I'm hoping that there's going to be a big change in this country. I know that the Second Amendment is extremely important. We have to work hard to protect it, as we do all of our constitutional rights. And coming to Front Sight makes you even more keenly aware of how important our Second Amendment is. And if we could all in this country, if we could all just recognize that and how important it is, we would all be better.